One of the highlights on the spring calendar at MCC every year is the annual International Fair, held at the South Omaha campus. It's a day that MCC students, faculty, and staff, along with the greater Omaha community, celebrate people and cultures from around the world. The 2017 International Fair featured an appearance by renowned Native American artist and performer Kevin Locke. Mr. Locke treated fairgoers to his work as the preeminent player of the indigenous Northern Plains flute and as a visionary hoop dancer. I'm Kent Pavelka, and on this edition of Metro and More, we introduce you to Kevin Locke at the 2017 MCC International Fair. Greetings from the set of Metro and More at Metropolitan Community College, serving more than 50,000 students with over 120 programs at our 8 locations in the daytime, evening, weekends, or online. I'm here at the South Omaha campus, site of the MCC International Fair 2017 with Kevin Locke. Kevin is no stranger to Metropolitan Community College. As a matter of fact, he was here back in 2011. Mm-hmm. We sat together on the studios, in the studios at the Fort Omaha campus for the 2011 powwow.
Oh, yeah.
And it's good to see you back here with us.
Yeah, good to see you.
Give us an idea, Kevin, of where you're at currently with your work and what you're doing.
Well, I'm still doing a lot of touring, and I'm really happy to be back here at Omaha. And I just came from West Virginia. I was over at the Concord University, and then I've got to go back over to Dayton, Ohio. So this is a really busy month right now, April. And then next month I have a tour through the U.S. Embassy to Indonesia. I'll be in Hong Kong and then go down to Indonesia. So It's pretty good. It's really good. But mostly I do stuff around the communities in South Dakota. You know, I do a lot of flute making workshops, flute playing workshops, and I do a lot of different kind of storytelling presentations and things like that. So it's really good. I'm really blessed. I'm so fortunate to have opportunities like this. And here today, of course. Yeah.
And today, here at the International Fair, you did, I think, a couple of performances with the flute and then the hoop dance.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about about what you did here at the fair this year.
Well, I think the hoop dance is in the same category as all these traditional dances. You know, we have so many. Of course, in indigenous North America, the highest form of worship is expressed through dance. And I always hasten to add that, you know, the Omaha tribe, we say Omaha, second syllable stress. Omaha tribe contributed probably the greatest dance or cultural innovation in North America, because they're the originators of the powwow movement. And I always hasten to add this because according to our oral traditions, the Dakota people, I think it was in the mid-1800s, could have been 1860s, they came down, they were going to trade for corn. They have, you know, dried meat and hides and everything. So they were going to come down here and get provisions of corn to last them through the winter. Mm-hmm. And when they got down this far, the Omaha people welcomed them into their lodge, and they had this activity going on, which is, they call it, I think in English they call it war dance. But in our language we say Omaha Wachipi, the Omaha dance. And I think in the Omaha language, if I'm not mistaken, they say Herushka. And it was an inspiration that the people had to revitalize the people, to accentuate universal human values or virtues such as bravery, generosity, magnanimity, all the things basically of serving the people. So this whole movement was to inspire people to be self-abnegating, to perform altruistic acts of service for the people. And so this was what the Dakota people witnessed when they were invited by the Omaha tribe to partake of this ceremonial dance. And so then they obtained the rights to use that. And from there, it just dispersed out. So any modern powwow that you see, and it's a movement that's all over the country, all over North America, everywhere where you go, even in Europe they do that. It all started here. And it all starts with a prayer. And the prayer is for the well-being of the people. and for that the people will be blessed and will be able to receive divine blessings.
So when you see a hoop dance, or viewing the one you did here at the fair, that's what it's all about. What you just meant.
It originates. It's very much related to that. It's very much related to that. And so the hoop dance specifically is what you would I would describe it as a choreographed prayer, and the main symbolism is the spring out here, and of course it's more metaphorical in that. What we're invoking is the springtime that autumn can never overtake. And that doesn't happen out there. It happens in the collective heart of humanity.
Understood.
And then we use the hoop, the circle, which represents unity and well-being and blessings.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
What does the hoop represent?
Yeah.
Now, you had two performances with the flute.
Yes.
You kicked off the event with a performance, and then you played in conjunction with the U.S. naturalization ceremony, welcoming new U.S. citizens. Tell us about the two performances on the flute.
Well, for the kickoff event, what I use, and I like this song so much, is this eagle song. And the eagle is very ubiquitous. It's universal. Of course, it's a symbol of the U.S. and a symbol of Mexico as well. But this was adopted from the indigenous people, who used the eagle as a symbol of the ascendant nature of the human spirit, the capacity we have to activate our capacities and to soar, like on wings of knowledge, wings of understanding, and so forth. So it really celebrates the shared nobility of humanity. And then for the immigrants, the song that I really like is the National Anthem. Yeah. It's I know that the Omaha tribe has their own, and we have our own too, and so it's a really good song because it's all about the underlying theme is to inspire people to rise and be of service again. Yeah.
Well, let's pause just a minute and give our viewers an opportunity to take a look at both the hoop dance and your performance with the flute.
Okay, very good.
Very entertaining, Kevin. Thank you.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
Did you enjoy your performance here?
Oh, yeah, it was great. Yeah, every time.
Do you think of yourself as a performer, a teacher, a historian, all of the above, or?
No, just what I'm all about is just trying to be an educator. 95% of my presentations are with kids, schools, and so in that sense, I always feel like I've got this great opportunity to connect with the kids, and they just exude receptivity and their responsiveness. And so what I do is try and do everything participatory to involve them. And I was out in West Virginia just yesterday, and now those people out there, they're never ever going to meet in their life probably an indigenous North American, but that's okay, because see, what I like to do is also to de-emphasize like cultural or tribal specific elements and to accentuate the universal themes, and that's where it's at, really, I think. And so I think, like young people, really anybody, like an event like here today, is that this is the leitmotif of the age, is that how are we going to accommodate ourselves to diversity? We can run, but we can't hide. Historically, like Nebraska has been very homogeneous, but now suddenly, within this generation, we find all the diverse kindreds of the planet are represented here in Omaha, Nebraska. Same thing out where I live too. Historically, we've only had like Indians and Germans since 1900 or so. These are like the two most dichotomous populations on the planet. But now there's there's diversity coming, and so this, like I said, this is the underlying theme of this age: is how do we adjust to this sudden ingathering of the human family. So this is what I like to do, is to just involve people in that, because I think from a Euro-American perspective, the indigenous North American culture is probably the most exotic culture they'll ever encounter, and it's right in their backyard.
Yes.
Yeah. So why not get people adjusted to diversity with the real indigenous North American culture? See.
Do you think we're making progress toward that end?
Absolutely. Because for me, like I say, I mostly deal with young people, and like I said, they're so receptive. So to me, it's such a blessing to be able to introduce these ideas and to engage these young people at that age. And to me, it's the greatest privilege that I have to do that.
Speaking with Kevin Locke here at the 2017 MCC International Fair, I know you just recently published a children's book.
Yes, yeah.
Tell us about that and what you're hoping to accomplish with it. What's it about?
Well, it's about the eagle. It's about the eagle because this is such a great theme, because after all, it is a nation symbol, and as long as people have lived on this continent, it has been the symbol of this land. And so it really figures prominently in indigenous North American oral traditions. And so I've just selected one of these very important stories of the eagle and developed that into a children's book. And then there's at the end of the book, there's a lot of questions and things that the reader, like if it's a parent or teacher, can use just to stimulate additional thought about this theme.
What is the story?
The basic story is about how humanity was rescued from the flood, because I think this is also ubiquitous around the world. All the peoples of the world have some version of the flood story.
Yes.
Of course, in the biblical tradition, they have Noah's Ark. Noah built the ark and rescued mankind, and so really all across North America and all around the world, this theme prevails. But for us here, at least for the Dakota people, it was the eagle that rescued humankind. So that's the story that's developed there.
What's next for you, Kevin?
The next thing that
I know you mentioned where you're going and
Yeah.
where you've been, but do you have a plan?
An overall plan?
Yeah.
Well, my plan is just to continue in the same direction. And, I've been dancing now for about 62 years. I feel good. My motto is just hoop till you droop. So I'm just going to keep pressing on with that. But, things change, as you get a little older. But
Yeah.
I feel good. I go out and I do a lot of running. I did a half marathon recently. And, I don't compete, but I mean, just to get
Sure.
out and do it, run 12, 13, 14 miles. It's okay. I like doing that stuff.
Very good.
Yeah.
Treat to have you with us again.
Good to be
Kevin.
here,
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, good to be here. Thank you.
Kevin Locke, thank you very much, and thanks to you too for watching at the 2017 MCC International Fair at the South Omaha campus. I'm Kent Pavelka for Metro and More. If you have comments or questions about the program, please email us at metrovision@mccneb.edu. Thanks for watching.